DC Parman, as road manager for Elton John, what is the toughest part of your job?
Waking up early after going to bed late.
And the best part of your gig?
Listening to the crowd when the show starts and just knowing that all that hard work during the day is going to give people an escape from their everyday lives for a couple hours. And when you see people out there having a good time, it makes it all worthwhile.
The audience gets to see the performer Elton John, but complete this sentence. People would be surprised to learn that Elton John...
Wow. People would be surprised to know that Elton John is a very passionate sports fan and loves sports.
Does he still have a chunk of the Philadelphia Freedom?
No, he does not, but he's very involved with Watford, with his soccer club outside of London, where he grew up. He's been a Watford fan, I think, just about his entire life.
Does that put him up against Rod Stewart and who to cheer for?
Yes, it does. But I think Rod's team, Celtics, they're in the Scottish Premier League. So I think the chances of them ever playing is pretty rare.
Working with some of the other people in entertainment, what are some of the horror stories of the bands that failed because of their own stupidity? Fame, sex, drugs, money can all throw off even the most grounded person in the world if they don't have somebody to help them keep it real. You don't have to mention any names, but what have you seen?
Well, I've seen bands that don't care on stage, bands that are just going through the motions and just out collecting money, and that's kind of disheartening for us behind the scenes because, we give our all and, we sacrifice a lot to be on the road, and just to see someone, when people pay their money, you should be grateful that A, that you still have fans, and B, that people still want to see you. So you should be doing your best each and every night. But that's probably the most disheartening thing, is to see bands that just go through the motions on stage.
Now, when you're performing around in big cities like you do a lot, they offer a lot of fancy restaurants and other big shows that are in town and the like. What's it like rolling into a smaller town out in the middle of nowhere like Casper?
Well, it's a nice change of pace because it's, quieter and laid back. And, you can still find good restaurants in small towns. Some of the best meals I've had have been in small towns.
How do people react when you guys go walking in?
Actually, they don't. They don't know who we are, but they all wonder how a bunch of people from all over the world are collected together at that spot at the same time.
Were you in Laramie, Wyoming for that Matthew Shepard Memorial about 10 years ago?
I sure was.
What do you remember from that trip?
I remember that's the night Elton took the bus because it was started to snow after the show, and they couldn't get the plane de-iced safely to the pilot's satisfaction, so Elton rode the tour bus with us that night to Colorado Springs. And the next day he called me in. He said, I don't know how you guys do it.
It's kind of nice when the boss gets a chance to see how the help is living.
Exactly.
DC, you've already won the job lottery. Now that you've been in this industry for some 20 years working with Elton, who else would you want to work with?
Oh, that'd be easy. Van Halen, Metallica, or Rush. Either one of those three.
DC Parman, road manager for Elton John. Welcome to town. I hope you have a great time while you're here.
Well, thank you very much.
You take care, my friend.
All righty, you too. Bye-bye.